Sourdough is not the same as regular bread that you get from a grocery store. The fermentation process changes a lot of things. Now look, if you're watching your carbs, the carbs are carbs, bottom line. But the fermentation process changes the acidity level, which actually changes some of what is called saccharification. So it changes how these starches break down. Also, type 2 fermentation, which is common when you're fermenting sourdough, changes some of the starches to what's called a resistant starch, which means it's resistant to digestion in our body. So the bacteria in our gut feed on it. It's sort of like when you have a fiber that you can't really digest. So some of the starches actually change. Now regarding the gluten, this is up for debate, but it seems as though the fermentation process may alter the surface structure of the gliadin, the alpha gliadin and the gamma gliadin, which is what would typically react with people that have a gluten intolerance. Does this mean that you can go and eat all the sourdough bread you want if you have a gluten intolerance or celiac? No, but it does mean that sometimes people have an easier time digesting sourdough than they would other forms of bread. Also keep in mind, the fermentation increases the level of what are called proteases, so you can digest the proteins in the bread easier. A lot of times the bloating that people get with bread is coming from the protein trying to be digested. So if you assist that with some fermentation, it might just be easier to digest.